Hello and welcome to the Philippines. I suggest you set up a money transfer account now, especially if you're in your home country, and I'm going to tell you why. Not all ATMs work all the time, and you may be in need of cash. Some ATMs are not international ATMs, will not take your card, and it's not unusual for some to be down, especially in more rural areas. I wanted to get some US $100 bills the other day for an upcoming trip I'm going to take out of the Philippines. I have to leave because I've been here almost 3 years, so you've got to leave for at least a day. I am aware of several international money transfer companies, and some of you have recommended some in the past. I decided to do an online search and search for best money transfer companies, and I came across several different sites, and one has to be a little bit suspicious because you don't know who's behind these sites. One of the money transfer companies might actually be putting out the ratings and rate themselves at the top, obviously. And that's very likely the case, or somebody who owns stock in the company. Anyway, there's several sites, and I went through them, made a list of about 20 different international money transfer companies, and chose about three or four of those, and each one lists different ones for different reasons. Some have a better exchange rate, some have lower fees, some transfer larger sums of money, so there are advantages, disadvantages. Some make transfers only from bank account to bank account, and here actually much of the information was not accurate because several of the sites that I know that they will send money for cash pickup. A couple of these rating companies said that they only send from a bank account to a bank account and did not allow cash pickup, and they were wrong on that count. So um, I I had a couple of I decided to try a couple of different companies. RIA, RIEA. No, I'm here in the Philippines, and so I'm logged in. Actually, I use a VPN, virtual private network, and my VPN logs me in from different countries depending upon the speed at the time. And I think I was logged in from Singapore. And I went to RIA first, RIA money transfer company, and they're one of the biggest in the world, I think, and they're association with Walmart actually in the USA, and they're in other parts of the world also. And at first it told me because of where you're located, the country you're located, they thought I was in Singapore, but I'm in the Philippines. They said we're not able to set up an account for you at this time. So I logged out of Singapore and I logged into the USA and tried it again. And they wanted a phone number, and the only phone number I have is a Philippine phone number. So when I filled out everything and I put my Philippine phone number in there, and it said that my phone number is no good. They want a U.S. phone number. I'm logged in from the U.S., so they want a U.S. phone number. So that was an issue. And then I tried shutting off my VPN, logging in from the Philippines where I'm at, and tried doing that, thinking that I could put in my Philippine phone number, and it wouldn't allow me to do that again. They had an issue with that, and it locked me out of the site. So it thought that there was some scam, some fraud going on, probably. I tried a second one, and I'm not sure. I don't remember which one it was, but I had a similar experience. I could not. Uh, they wanted a U.S. phone number, and I don't have one. And I once asked my daughter if I could use one of her phone numbers, and she said, she really didn't want to start getting calls from all my my banking company. So I respect that, not a problem. What you might want to do before you go overseas is get a device. Might want to get yourself a device called Magic Jack. Magic and JACK. And once you set that up, you can be overseas as long as you have an internet connection. You have a U.S. phone number. And I don't know if other countries have similar devices. I suspect they have those type of services. I do have a U.S. number with Google, but I have not had much luck getting texts and calls transferred to the Philippines with that. So some of you might have other solutions to that problem. And the reason I suggest you sign up for one of these services before you leave your home country, or even if you're in another country now and you may need a service in the future, do it now so that you're not spending hours going through what I went through the other day. And then I went to Remitly, which I've heard of and some people have recommended, and it was a very easy process to sign up. And I used my Philippine phone number, was not a problem. I sent myself some money, and in fact, it was there within. You've got several options. You can get it in 2 or 4 days, and your cost is a lot less. They actually offered me initially for pesos. They offered me locked in up to $500 worth of pesos at 56 pesos to the U.S. dollar, and they will. I think that is their policy at this time to offer a higher rate. The going rate is about 54 or 53, and they offered me a couple pesos above that and no fees to transfer the money up to 500 US dollars worth. Now I wanted US dollars. I didn't want pesos. So anyway, I got $1 for the $1, which is pretty obvious. Anyway, it's easy setup. An email, you make up a password, and it shows you some of the rates here. Uh, Most of these services charge you some sort of fee. There again, it depends on where you're sending it from, depends on where you're sending it to. It depends on how much you're sending. It's cheaper to send to some countries than other countries. The governments have fees and regulations involved, or there's more fraud involved in those whatever the reason is. But those types of fees, so it really is impossible to give a person a list of things. But uh, this is about 1 peso less than the going rate right now. So they charge a fee in that they give you just a little bit lower exchange rate, and then they charge you a fee based on how fast you want it. Do you want it immediately? And that's actually what I wanted. And I thought at first I was going to fly out a little earlier than I was going to, and I didn't want to get stuck over the weekend without that cash. But I've extended my flight out a bit. Um, so I think it was like $3.99 or something if I would have accepted it in like 4 days. But I said no, I want it now. So my fee I think was $13.99, $13.99 also. And as soon as I asked it to send, like within less than 5 minutes, I got an email saying I can pick up my cash. So it's that fast. So one of the reasons we choose to use apps or deal with companies is ease of use. Of course, the cost of using it is also important. And like I said, that varies every day. Remitly gives a number of incentives. They give your first transfer, they give you a higher rate and no fees. And I'm going to bring you down here and just show you a little more about this. Here's a comparison of the fees. Remitly to send economy, which is 3 to 5 business days. Um, Pay with a bank account, no fees. If you pay with a debit card, $3.99, and that arrives in minutes. Now I paid more than that, but anyway, like I say, these types of specials can change every day. And then here's a Western Union, $3.99 in 4 business days. If you want it in minutes, $7. Zoom, different fees there as well. When sending $250 via cash pickup, that's what it's based on. And they have good customer service, transfer to over 10,000 locations here in the Philippines, but works all over the world. And it gives you choice where you want that money to send to. I chose this. There's one of these M. Luhilier stores just a couple of blocks from me. And I picked it up, I think, on a Friday night. So I didn't want to take a chance in not getting to one of these banks in time and then having a long line to wait through. And they have an app for the phone as well to make it easier next time. And then I'm going to show you. You too can earn rewards. And I'm going to put a link in the remarks area of this video. And I will earn just a little bit each and every time I refer this and somebody actually uses the service. So I'm going to show you how you can earn points and rewards as well. Refer a friend, earn unlimited, earn a bonus. You come down here, and if you want to share Remitly with somebody, then you go here, you refer a friend, you earn $10 for each friend that you earn that doesn't live at the same address. And you can send that information to them by Facebook, by email, by Twitter. And in this case, what I did, I went to where it says link, and I will put this link in my video, in my information, in my introduction to the video. So if you click on that, it will take you to the site. They make it very easy and give you lots of choices. Where you're going to send it, express, economy, and where do you want it picked up at. So you can choose where do you want to send it, the country, what kind of currency you want it delivered in, and where they can pick it up at. And you have those choices, and you can get it almost immediately. Or if you decide to get it in a few days, it costs less. This is what a lot of these money transfer shops look like in the Philippines. This is M. Luhilier, and there are many different ones that have options to pick up cash and or send cash. This is a cash economy. A lot of people sending and receiving cash here to family and from OFWs, overseas foreign workers, Philippine workers that send money home. A money transfer service can save you money over using an ATM, but I must admit I put it off for quite some time. ATMs were so convenient. They end up costing more, but sometimes they don't work, especially once you get out of town. Some of them might not have money when you need it. They might not be international ATMs, so it's a good idea to set an account up. So please check out Remitly. And if you use it, use the link that I'll provide to use it. I'll make a couple pesos off the deal. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, please share the video, please subscribe. Safe travels to you all, wherever you're at, and we'll see you next time.